Welcome to Star Trek Theory, where we look at ideas, theories, and speculation and all things Star Trek. An amazing trailer for Picard has just come out at New York Comic Con. Definitely check that out, and these are some of the initial thoughts. I'll be putting together more in-depth videos following this. But rather than go through clip by clip, I'm going to rearrange them and group them together to hopefully make some sense of it. So at the start, we see something put a smile on my face, and that's Data.
Would you like to finish it, Captain?
I don't know how.
That is not true, sir.
Somehow it doesn't feel like the real Data though. It really feels like this is some kind of dream, since the two of them have the old style Enterprise uniforms on. There's an echo in the voice as Data speaks to Picard. Data's painting something, and he asks Picard if he wants to complete the painting, but he says he doesn't know how to, which Data then responds, "Yes you do." I think the big clue here is the faceless woman in the painting. Who is that? Is it Daj? Is it someone else? Picard wakes up and we're left to think, was it all a dream? Or maybe this could be part of his Irumodic syndrome. I wonder how big of a part that's going to be in the series. Looks like the start of the journey for Picard, and he's making his own wines. He says he went there to be safe, which implies it's unsafe in space. And we see the woman Daj again. The question here is, how did she get there? It seems pretty remote. Isn't this in France? So she definitely had to deliberately seek him out. We get a glimpse of the future San Francisco, the headquarters of Starfleet Command, and Picard visiting, likely to speak about Daj. It's really nice to see the original Enterprise E again, and on display at Starfleet no less. So Picard seems to be at odds with the Admiral and Starfleet in general, and tells her this is not what Starfleet stands for.
For what it should still represent.
This is no longer your house, Jean-Luc. Go home.
So he's on his mission alone. Throughout the trailer, we see the same looking alien ships attacking first an outpost and then later a space station. Are these a new enemy or are they an old one? Maybe these are Romulans and the factions have risen after the destruction of Romulus. Some good, some not. Be interesting to find out who these are. Next, we see Picard journey to a cool looking planet, and he's at a facility. Could it be Memory Alpha, the library and scientific planet for the Federation? And is it just me, or is this some kind of android facility? In previous series we surmised that this doctor was trying to create androids. Could the Federation be trying to make them? We saw pieces of data in the last trailer, so maybe this is them putting this to use. Is it just a coincidence, but the person who escorted Picard into the facility looks just like one of those androids? Could that be an android too? Next up is the Vasquez Rocks, and these have been used before in the movies as Vulcan, so could this be Vulcan? And as Picard was the ambassador to Vulcan, could he be enlisting his old friend who needs allies on his mission? We get a brief glimpse of what could be a colony of Romulan survivors, and we see the Romulan sword-wielding elf called Elnor, and Picard finally gets a chance to put all his fencing lessons for Enterprise to good use, which is a nice touch. Next, the meat of where the series seems to be going, dealing with the fallout of the Borg virus and the collapse of the Borg Collective. We see Hugh and he's being deborged. As discussed in previous videos, he looks pretty cool without his Borg implants. And 7 of 9, it seems like she's going to play a big role in this too. We hear her say that she protects those who can't protect themselves.
I help people who have no one else to help them.
It seems she comes across a deborging room and it looks like there's someone dead on the table. Could this be Hugh at the end of the series? Maybe it's just a drone who died in the deborging process and it's just overwhelming for 7. It could even be her father. We see Chris Rios smoking a cigar on the bridge of his ship, and is this the ship of the series? A lot of times lightning can be spent here, traveling from place to place, and it looks like it can handle itself in a fight too. One thing that really caught me off guard is the old style, original series Romulan bird of prey. Perhaps when Romulus was destroyed, these old ships were pulled out of mothballs on other Romulan planets to beef up the Romulan fleet. Either way, the Romulan warbird featured a lot in this trailer. Is it important? Back to the Romulans, and we see Daj is in some kind of Romulan facility. There are 2 Romulans there discussing her, and we see Daj kissing one of them. So it really starts to feel like there are different factions of Romulans in the new series. And finally, probably the most heartwarming part of the whole trailer, we get to see the Rikers again. We hear their daughter outside calling to Riker, and we see the reunion of all of them together. Cannot wait to see this reunion in the series. Other mysteries in the trailer included a weird circle which looks like some kind of robed figures are doing a ritual around. And a really interesting part shows 7 of 9 spinning around worried, followed by a young girl looking out of a window. Could this be a young version of Daj, or is it even a young version of 7 in a flashback? There's also an interesting clip of Daj seemingly melting. It looks like the same spot that the fight happened in the last trailer, so could she be some kind of bioweapon of some kind, and this just unleashed at the end of the fight? But this was a great trailer, and there was a lot of heartwarming parts in the trailer. It really leaves you wanting to see more. We got a lot of ideas and theories that came out of this trailer, and we're going to put together into videos, so subscribe now for future videos on the new Picard series as we ramp up towards its launch. And leave your comment down below and tell me what you think. What are your thoughts on this series? Where is it heading? So thanks for watching, and Trek on.